everyone, welcome back to my channel The Learnish. Today in this video we will study about acid, bases and salt, and the topics which we will cover in this video are indicators, types of indicators. Among the types of indicators we will cover natural, synthetic and olfactory indicators, physical properties of acid and bases along with the chemical properties of acids and bases. So without any delay, let's start. Here is a basic introduction about acid and bases. See, all the food items which you eat which are sour in taste, they all contain acid in them. So the sour taste is due to the acid present in food item and the bitter taste is due to the bases present in the food item. Now acids, they are sour in taste and they change blue litmus to red. So the basic property how the acid can be identified without tasting is that we can use litmus paper, particularly blue litmus paper. If it changes to red, it means the particular substance is acidic in nature. Bases are bitter in taste and they change red litmus paper to blue. If we use blue litmus paper for testing bases, then the color will not change. So the basic need is red litmus paper should be changed to blue color. Acids and bases, they can be identified by the use of indicators. Now all the acids and bases, they cannot be tasted, they can be harmful to us. So without tasting, if we want to know that a particular substance is acidic or basic, then we can use indicators. Now question arises, what are indicators? So indicators are the substances that change their color or smell in presence of acid or bases. So they are called indicators. Now there are three kinds of indicators: natural indicators, synthetic indicators and olfactory indicators. Natural indicators are those indicators which are obtained naturally from plant or animal. The most basic natural indicators used are litmus paper, turmeric and red cabbage juice. Synthetic indicators, they are the chemical substances which are prepared in laboratory. So it means they are prepared in lab or factory. They are man-made. There are two synthetic indicators which are most commonly used, which are methyl orange and phenolphthalein. Olfactory indicators. Olfactory, as the name suggests, olfactory word is used for the smell. So those indicators which change their smell in acid and bases are called olfactory indicators. Example for olfactory indicators are vanilla essence and onion. Now we will study how all these three indicators change their color or smell in different substances like acid or base. Now first is the litmus paper. We will talk about base. So here you can see a basic solution is taken in a beaker and red litmus paper is used and blue litmus paper is used. Now here is the result. Red litmus paper has changed into blue color, but the blue litmus paper is still the same. It means for the basic substances, the red litmus paper changes to blue. Now for the acid, here you can see both red and blue litmus paper are used and the substance here is acidic in nature. For acid, we know that blue litmus paper changes to red. So here you can see blue litmus paper has changed into red color, but the red litmus paper is still the same. Neutral. For neutral solution, neutral means it is neither acidic nor basic. So the litmus paper will remain the same. Whether it is red or blue, they will not change any color. Now here is turmeric paper. How turmeric paper is used? Turmeric paste is made and the paper is dipped into it. For the turmeric changes its yellow color to red only in the presence of base. Sometimes you must have seen that if there is yellow stain in your cloth, you rub soap solution, you rub soap or you add any soap solution to it, it changes to red color. It means that turmeric changes its color only in the presence of base. In presence of acid, it remains the same. Yellow color remains yellow in color. The color will not change. These two are the synthetic indicators, phenolphthalein and methyl orange. Phenolphthalein's natural color is color. It is colorless in nature. In the presence of acid, it remains colorless. In the presence of base, the colorless solution of phenolphthalein changes to pink color. Methyl orange, its natural color is orange. In presence of acid, it changes to red color, and in the presence of base, its color changes to yellow. Now this is a chart. You can take screenshot of this, and it shows the indicator, their original color, and how their color will change in the presence of acid or base. Litmus paper we have covered, turmeric also we have covered. Red cabbage juice, its original color is purple, and in the presence of acid it changes to reddish, and in base it changes to greenish yellow color. Phenolphthalein and methyl orange we have done. See, onion and vanilla essence, these two are the olfactory indicators. Onion original color is colorless, or in presence of acid no change. It means the smell of onion will not change, but in the presence of base the smell vanishes. Vanilla also, in the presence of base its smell vanishes. So both onion and vanilla, they change their smell, or we can say their smell vanishes in the presence of base, and they remains unchanged in presence of acid. Now, properties of acid. The first basic, the common property, you know that they are sour in taste. The word acid has been derived from Latin word acidus, which means sour. So, they are sour in taste, and they change blue litmus solution into red. They give H plus ion in solution when acid is added to water. Then they furnish free ions. They are H plus ion, which provide acidic property. Okay. Types of acid. Now there are different kinds of acid. First we will study on the basis of occurrence. On the basis of occurrence, there are two kinds of acid: natural acid and mineral acid. Natural acid, as the name suggests, they are obtained from natural sources, either from plants or animals. Example: methanoic acid and acetic acid. Mineral acids, they are those acids that are prepared from minerals. They are man-made, okay? They are inorganic acid, man-made or synthetic acid, because they are prepared in laboratories and factories. Example: hydrochloric acid, HCl, sulfuric acid and nitric acid. Now we will see different sources of acid. They are the natural acids. See, lemon contains citric acid, tomato contains oxalic acid, grapes contain tartaric acid, lactic acid is present in milk and contains formic acid, apple contains malic acid, and vinegar contains acetic acid. So it is very important, and they are the natural acid which are obtained from plants and animal natural sources. On the basis of concentration of acid, there are two kinds: concentrated acid and dilute acid. Concentrated acid means it contains more amount of acid and less amount of water. Example is concentrated hydrochloric acid. Dilute acid contains less amount of acid and more amount of water. Example: dilute HCl. See, HCl, if we have HCl, the same HCl, if there is a solution in which more amount of acid is there, it's written as concentrated HCl. Okay, if there is another solution which contains less amount of HCl, more amount of water, then it will be written as dilute HCl. Okay, so concentrated, instead of writing whole concentrated, the short form is CONC, and dilute is written as DIL. Okay. Next, properties of bases. Two simple properties which we know, they are bitter in taste. Okay, bitter in taste, and they are soapy in touch. They change red litmus paper to blue. See, soapy in touch, it means the soap which is present in your washroom, that is bitter in taste, and it is soapy in touch, it means that is a base, and it will turn red litmus paper to blue. It conducts electricity in solution. It releases OH minus ion in aqueous solution. Acid used to release H plus ion, and base release OH minus ion, hydroxyl ion in solution. Strong bases, they are NaOH, KOH and calcium hydroxide. Weak bases, NH4OH, it is ammonium hydroxide. Alkalis are those bases which are soluble in water. Example, NaOH, KOH and calcium hydroxide. Chemical properties of acid. Now we are moving on to chemical properties of acids. First one is reaction of acid with metal. Acids give hydrogen gas along with respective salt when they react with metal. So, metal react with acid to give salt and hydrogen. It is a very basic simple reaction which you have also studied in your first chapter, in which when zinc granules are added to HCl, bubbles of hydrogen gas are released. The same thing is here. Hydrogen gas and zinc chloride are formed when hydrochloric acid react with zinc metal. Here is the reaction which is given. Zinc and HCl react to form salt. This is the salt which is formed and hydrogen gas is released. Similarly, here also sodium and H2SO4 react to give sodium sulfate and hydrogen gas. Now the test for hydrogen gas is that when the tube from where the gas is liberated, if we bring a burning candle near it, it burns with a popping sound. Second one is neutralization reaction. When acid react with base, they form salt and water, and this reaction is called neutralization reaction. Okay, why it is called neutralization reaction? Because the property of acid of being sour in taste and property of base being soapy in touch and bitter in taste, they both all the properties are neutralized. Therefore, it is called neutralization reaction. They both neutralize each other's effect, and salt and water is formed. The most basic and classical example of neutralization reaction is hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide react to form NaCl, the common salt, and water. Another one is HCl reacting with calcium hydroxide to give calcium chloride and water. Calcium chloride here is base. Next reaction is when the acid reacts with metal oxide. See, metal oxides, they are basic in nature. Now, if metal oxides are basic in nature, then acid and base react to form salt and water. Same as here you studied in neutralization reaction. Acid and base react to form salt and water. Similarly, here in acid and metal oxide react to form salt and water because metal oxide is basic in nature. Here also acid and metal oxide, they both neutralize each other's effect. Another example is HCl react with calcium oxide to form calcium chloride and water. And next is sulfuric acid reacting with zinc oxide to form zinc chloride and water. Another reaction of acid is with the metal carbonate. Metal carbonate react with acid to form salt, carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so the acid give carbon dioxide gas and respective salt along with water when they react with metal carbonate. And this is a simple reaction which depicts this whole reaction. So here is a metal carbonate, sodium carbonate, reacting with an acid to give sodium chloride as a salt and carbon dioxide is released along with the production of water. Similarly, here are the other two reactions. Calcium carbonate and sulfuric acid react to form calcium sulfate, carbon dioxide and water. Next reaction is reaction of acid with hydrogen carbonate. Okay, so acid give carbon dioxide gas, respective salt and water when they react with metal hydrogen carbonate. Here is a reaction which depicts the simple whole reaction. Acid and metal hydrogen carbonate, they react to give salt, carbon dioxide and water. Similarly as here it was यहाँ जब metal carbonate acid से react कर रहे थे, salt, carbon dioxide and water was formed. Here also when hydrogen carbonate react with acid, salt, carbon dioxide and water is formed. An example is sodium bicarbonate react with sulfuric acid to form sodium chloride salt, carbon dioxide and water. Very simple. Now we are moving further to the chemical properties of bases, and here we have completed the 5 reactions, the 5 chemical reactions which are shown by the acid. Moving further, we have reaction of base with metals. When alkali react with metal, it produces salt and hydrogen gas. Okay, so here is the basic reaction which depicts the whole scenario. Alkali plus metal gives salt and hydrogen, as it was in the case of acid. Acid and metal, they were reacting to form salt and hydrogen gas. Similarly here, base is reacting with the metal to form salt and hydrogen. Sodium hydroxide react with zinc to form sodium zincate and hydrogen gas is released. Similarly is the case with sodium hydroxide and aluminium. Okay. Second one is a reaction of base with oxides of non-metals. See, oxides of non-metals, they are acidic in nature. So now you use a brain. If oxides of non-metals are acidic in nature and if they react with base, then what will happen? Salt and water will be formed. It will be like neutralization reaction. Acid and base react to form salt and water. So non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Therefore, when base react with non-metal oxide, both neutralize each other and form respective salt and water. Here is a basic reaction showing formation of salt and water when base and non-metal oxide react. An example is sodium hydroxide, this is base, and carbon dioxide, this is non-metal oxide. They both react to form sodium carbonate. This is the salt which is formed in form of sodium carbonate and water is released. So this was all about the chemical and physical properties of acid and bases. This is the first part, and soon I will upload the second part in which we will study about different salt and some other few properties of acid, how they are tested by the universal indicators, etc. So stay tuned, keep learning, keep growing, and do like, share and subscribe my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram. Link I will give you in the description box. Thank you.